Hello, my dear all students. Welcome back to our channel, Gyan Manshi Online Education. I hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So, my dear all students, today onwards, we are going with our new story from our main textbook, and the unit number is 7. The name of the chapter is Packing. So here this word packing that refers the journey when we go for the journey, when we go anywhere on that time packing is must, right? So let's see which kind of packing or what the author wants to tell us. Before you read, do you like going on trips? What kind of trips do you enjoy most? How do you feel about having a pack for a trip? Have you ever discovered on a trip that you have forgotten to pack a few things you very much need, or that you can't find them easily? Does this make you angry, or does it make you laugh at yourself? So this all the questions are there and we know the answer. Somehow we feel angry, somehow we feel laugh on us, right? So now read this description of how the author and his friends pack. So let's get started. So, the very first point, I said I had pack. So, what is this? Let's see. I rather pride myself on my packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me myself sometimes how many such things they are. So here I rather pride myself on my packing means author himself he feels very proud of himself on his own packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. So the author wants to tell us that the author knows more and he could do packing better than other person. I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. So I impressed the fact upon to whom George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. Means he knows more about it, he could do more about it, and he could do better than them. They fell into the suggestion with her readiness that had something uncanny about it. Uncanny means strange or weird. So that they fell into the suggestion. Which kind of suggestions? That had something uncanny about it. So it was little bit weird about it. George spread himself over the easy chair and Harris cocked his legs on the table. So they just sat there. This was hardly what I intended. What I had meant, of course, was that I should boss the job and that Harris and George should potter about under my directions. I pushing them aside every now and then with, "Oh, you, here, let me do it." There you are, simple enough, really teaching them. So, that is the intention how the narrator wanted to teach them. But what did they do? They just sat there. George parked himself over the easy chair and Harris He just cocked his legs on table. So that was not expected. Narrator didn't expect this. So this was hardly what I intended. So what I had means here what the narrator meant, I should boss the job. Means he direct to his two friends, George and Harris. So, and the Harris and George should potter about under my directions. So, he thought that I will direct them that no, don't like this, do like this, and all this thing. And I punishing them aside every now and then with, oh, you, here, let me do it. There you are simple enough. So, this kind of sentences are there which he just supposed really teaching them. As you might say that taking it in the way they did irritated me. There is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I am working. Sometimes it happens with us that we are doing work and somebody is sitting very silently and peacefully, so we just think like that I'm working and he or she is not doing the work. So here also the narrator thought like that. So there is nothing does irritate, so it just irritated him more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing. If the narrator is working and his friends both are working, then it's okay. But his friends are sitting and he is doing work, so that was little bit irritated for him. I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. He would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together. He said it did him real good to look on at me, messing about. Now I'm not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and walking. I want to get up and surprise him. So here I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. So he's like a mad on that day. The way he was walking, he would loll on the sofa. He was just lying on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together. Means the boss was sitting on the sofa and I was walking like that, and by the hour he was saying. He said it did him real good to look on at me, messing about. Now I'm not like that. So now he's not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. He can't see like this that the man is slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It is my energetic nature. I can't help it. So, what is the nature of the author? So, here, just get up and superintend, walk around with his hands in his pockets and tell them what to do. So, that is the energetic nature of the author. However, I did not say anything but started the packing. It seems a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last. And I sat on it and strapped it. So, here, however, I didn't say anything. Means the author didn't say anything about it but started the packing. But he had started. He didn't say anything, just started packing. It seems a longer job to pack anything for a trip, for a tour, it takes time to arrange everything. So it seems a longer job than I had thought it was going to be. But I got the bag finished at last and sat on it and strapped it. Strapped it. So after finishing the packing, at last he sat on it and he just strapped it. So when the bag is full, on that time we do like that. "Aren't you going to put the boots in?" said Harris. And I looked round and found I had forgotten them. So he just missed to put the boots in the bag. So Harris told him that, "Aren't you going to put the boots in?" So he just looked round. The author looked round and found, then he came to know that he had forgotten to put it into the bag. That's just like Harris. He couldn't have said a word until I had got the bag shut and strapped. Of course. So he was like Harris. So he thought that after completion of the packing, he saw the boots. So it was looking like Harris. Because of course it had not mouth or tongue to speak anything. And George laughed, one of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. So George laughed on him. So it was like irritating and senseless laughs of his. They do make me so wild. I opened the bag and packed the boots in. And then, just as I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. Had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. So, here, second thing, he just opened the bag and just packed the boots. Remaining boots he just packed, and then another, and he just closed the bag. Then a horrible idea occurred to one another idea occurred to him. So what was the idea? He thought, had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is. So he had not any idea whether he had packed his toothbrush or not. And he never don't know whether he had packed his toothbrush or not. So let's see what happens. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I'm traveling and makes my life a misery. I dream that I have not packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration and get out of bed and hunt for it. And in the morning, I pack it before. I have used it and have to unpack again to get it. So here very funny things are there. So my toothbrush is a thing. So for the narrator, for the author, his toothbrush is a thing that haunts him when he's traveling and makes his life more misery. So once he dreamed that he had forgotten to pack his toothbrush and wake up in a very cold perspiration. So what did he do? He just get out of his bed and he just hunt for it. So in the morning, he just packed before he had used. So what happened? He had to unpack again to brush it at the morning. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag. And then I repack and forgot it. And have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station. wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. So how he packed his toothbrush with the help of handkerchief, pocket handkerchief. So, and it is always the last thing, that toothbrush, that is the last thing always he turn out of the bag, and then he repack and forget it, and have to rush upstairs to carry that toothbrush, and with the help of pocket handkerchief he wrapped up. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now. And of course, I could not find it. I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been must have been before the world was created. And when chows reigned, of course, I found George and Harris eaten times over, but I couldn't find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once more. So, again, what happened with him? What happened with the narrator? So, of course, he had to turn every mortal things out now, and of course he couldn't find it. He couldn't find it, that where is his toothbrush. So he rummaged, means searched in a hurried or careless way. So whenever we are packing our bags on that time, this things are happens with us also. So he just rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created. And when Chow's reign, of course, I found George and Harris 18 times over. But he didn't find out his own toothbrush. So what happened? He put the things back one by back and held everything up and shook it. So he just found his toothbrush inside a boot, and then he repacked once more. So first that was the time when he was just praising his own packing. Here he repacked the things. So here you can see the picture, students. I found the toothbrush inside a boot. So we can see that the narrator is packing, and his two friends George and Harris, they are just sitting. One is laughing and second is irritating. Actually both are laughing and the narrator feels very irritating, and he is just repacking his bags, right? So that is a picture of this, that event. So students, here we are going to end up our today's lecture. So your today's homework is to write down all new words, whatever here we have. Okay, so you have to write down in your notebook, like all these new words you have to write down in your notebook. Okay, up to whatever we have covered. So from the very beginning and up to the last portion, whatever we had covered, you have to write down the new words. Okay, so that is your homework, and send it to me on time. Okay, students, thank you my dear all students, and have a nice day.